Good morning, satellites, and happy Valentine's Day. I forgot it existed until just yesterday. So this is kind of an impromptu stream, but I'm really excited because I've been wanting to do this game for a while, and Valentine's Day seemed like the perfect time to do this. So we're playing Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. So I'm really excited to get in here. Daxias would be fine, is what you can call me by. If the volume is an issue, please let me know. It seemed a little quiet on my end, so hopefully it's not too quiet. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute, or can I go on? Oh, the narrator's being kind of rude. Because I can give you a minute. We got plenty of time. Endless time, really. Oh, is this the entity? Is that the entity talking to me? An eternity, if you catch my drift. The ocean is talking to me. Whoa now, ocean. Sorry, Daxias. May I continue? Okay, never mind. The ocean's its own character. Please go on. Okay, then as I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Ew! It's the boogers for me. A decomposing face stares at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? I feel like running would be the best choice. But I'm kind of curious about digging up the face, so I'm going to go with digging up that face. You brush the sand away from the half-buried human head and bed it in the ground before you. This was a good idea. I'm glad I did this. There is no body, just the head. As you pick it up, flakes of skin fall to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue of the poor dead soul. Getting your hands dirty. I see. I like that. You're a take charge type. I need to think of a smooth, soothing voice for the ocean. You examine the gold coin briefly, happily distracted from what has otherwise been an extremely confusing morning. The sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they're empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, you suppose, so you just deposit it. Well, that's nice of a coin you got there. What if you were to spend it right now on what? No thanks. Look, I'm gonna level with you here. That coin you found, it's mine. I dropped it yesterday. I've been looking all over. Find as keepers, Mr. Narrator. Dropped it into a dead person's mouth? Could you just give it back? No. Psh, be that way then. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft bump into your foot. Another head. A volleyball. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please. You turn around when you see what's waiting for you. Your jaw just about to hit the ground. Our first beauty of the night. Look at her. And we got Wraith. Look at him. Oh, the lovely spirit. She is hot. And then we got Trapper. He's a cool guy. He's not my type, but he's cool. 4 gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Dang, look at them. Oh my gosh, Trapper's packing. I'm glad my head's here. I feel like I would violate some kind of community guidelines if it wasn't. Each of them oozes with undead energy. A magical aura reaches out and penetrating you via your eyes. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. Hello? I feel like he has a grizzly, like a tough grizzly voice. I'll have to get it. There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the volleyball and back up at the monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy monsters, though. Even the narrator thinks so too. What do you do? I toss it back. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in Huntress's hands. What's her voice? I can't do women voices and it makes me so sad. Not bad, stranger. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hands. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm perhaps, maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay. It's natural. Try hard much? Blech. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually battle volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto the private beach. Should you be frightened, worried, excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, dang, they are looking very appealing in their own way. Nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Just a 10. Don't be scared, Daxias. You were made for this. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. It seems like you derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. You derailed the game just by showing up, you nitwit. Alright. That's the basically, I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who also seems to have a fresh blood on their hands. Yeah, actually, why does he have blood on his hands? Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. I don't know how to do the voices. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than just distract from my total domination? Oh, that was Wrath. Dang it. That was Wrath. That sign means he was done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why that slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? Alright, Trapper, coming across really aggressive here. You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey Daxias, you might want to, say something? Oh shit, frick. Actually, never mind, there's plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. This is a time quiz and it will be very important later. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one, I can't remember. How attractive would you say? Alright. I'd say I'm very attractive. That's what you think very attractive is compared to this? Alright, Trapper. Trapper flexes his muscles and so tight you could practically see the blood running through his veins. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? This too good looking for the voices I have. Invisibility. Invisibility? Same. Although sometimes I think I already am. Maybe he's just like a little depression kind of guy. What's your best subject in school? Math. Probably math. It's the only thing that makes sense when you think about it. What's your favorite animal? Mustelid? I don't know. I like them both. Dog. Dog? Oh, she loved it. You look absolutely adorable, like a little puppy mask. What's your favorite color? What? Blue. Blue isn't good for productivity. It makes people want to be lazy. What's your dream job? Nightclub promoter, not working at all. We could do what we really want, why work at all? It takes a lot of courage to break free from societal expectations to climb the ladder. Only she could spin laziness to some kind of grand crusade. These dang millennials. Is Spirit a millennial? I don't think so. Best ice cream flavor. I'm more of a horseflesh, vanilla person myself. Vanilla? You know, flavor is pain. My favorite flavor is pain. Same here. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chocolate chip is the greatest flavor. That's my guy right there. Ever conceived myself. But enough about ice cream. Am I right? Hold on a second. This reminds me. I am right. Always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. We're teaching lessons now, narrator. You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? There's too many back and forth. I do like mint chip. That's just the truth. The best flavor is mint chip. So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Chopper. I'm pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. Richest? I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith. I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. She's gorgeous. I'm smitten right now. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. But things I do really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a careful, calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. Jeez, it's like she's downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh no, wait, I'm remembering Spirit's story now. That's almost exactly what happened. Wasn't she? Oh yeah, actually, she was murdered by her dad. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on the island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body. Oof! Oof, this guy's throwing shade. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead. I'm not a literal ghost. I just created a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Alright, Trapper's a little cocky. Only some. Oh, Trapper and Huntress? Ew, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time, I agree with the Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if you know this crew, and I do, they want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Wow, for once I actually agree with Meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's a massive boat docked nearby. Why does he have a yacht? I give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him. He just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth. The way it flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it and I can't read. I can't read. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Hey, what about a Hey, what about a volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out right there. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? I feel like the pool. We'll go by the ocean. Volleyball? I like... Is this the yacht? Is this the pool? Alright, let's go here. It would be great to relax for a second at the lounge. To pick up your feet, look over the ocean, and relax on your own terms. Who would want anything else? Dry, comfortable, enjoyable, enjoying a cool drink on a hot day, it's the best. I mean, what kind of fool, what kind of monster, what kind of masquerading psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead, and then choose to exert themselves in a quite frankly any way whatsoever? Why am I the only one who gets it? It's time to stop living by their rules. I won't do it any longer. Yeah, we should probably give her a second to calm down. Don't forget, Spirit is angry. Hold on. Look at Claudette. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'll push the Spirit out of the way for Claudette. She's a holy moly. Yeah, just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette. Our activities coordinate. Holy moly. It's a drawing, Daxias. Calm down. Insert that SpongeBob meme. We're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murder's Island. Cue dramatical musical flourish. Alright. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we all shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These have worked here a long time. So very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. We'll see. We'll see. Visually speaking, there's some visuals here that are maybe an improvement. Sorry, anyways, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that's starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible. You don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. I can look at her all day. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do our jobs. Although her foot looks a little broken. I don't know if it's supposed to be able to turn that way all the way, or I'm just not flexible. The most you could do is help us get off this island. Wait. Yes, pardon me. Please follow us. Hey, narrator? Yes, something I can help you with. These two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape them? Oh, no. I think you're mistaken. It seems like Dwight was asking for help to get off the island, though. Alright, yes, that's true, he was. But he just meant that he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway. A couple miles south of here. It's much fancier and accommodating than this island. I feel like this is the entity that's the narrator. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out, very luxurious, doesn't quite have all the same charm that this island has though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all the money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity on the island. Your decision matter mostly when I agree with them, not like that other island. So what it would be? I thought I was going to the Spirit. Finally, freedom from preposterous premise that the four of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. Spirit looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun. Takes a conspiratorial tone. They are using such big words. Holy, I'm struggling here. Also, that is a big sun. I have this outfit in Dead by Daylight. It's a good outfit. I don't know whose idea volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. I feel like she's going to be saying I hate a lot of things. I tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everyone knows that I technically float above the ground, so nobody believed I was even putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. Then I tried to annoy everyone by not giving a crap, and when that didn't work, I tried whining, and then when that didn't work, I threatened to kill every single person on the island, but it turns out I'm not the first to toss those kinds of threats around on the island. Look at her. She's chopped up. That's her bones. So, thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. I'm already making progress with the spirit. Oh, what a good time. Are we threatening to end each other again? Now it's Dwight who takes on a conspiratorial. I gotta Google that word after this tone. His eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper. Please, just make it quick. Claudia looks worried. Is what you'll be saying when we get behind the bar and make you those drinks of your dreams. Am I a killer? Did I come here as a killer? Ah! Hilarious, right, Dwight? Right, Dwight? Yeah, right. So what are we having? I have vodka soda. I'm a vodka person. Vodka soda? Coming right up. Really takes me back home. You know, vodka is a very special drink to me. Warms the blood on a cold night in the woods. On occasion, I would, how do you say, bump into the occasional soldier while hiking across the motherland. They always had a nip of vodka tucked away in a special little silver package in a special little hidden pocket. But no one hides from me. A bit basic to be drinking vodka on a tropical island, no? And you're mixing it with soda? Really? Spirit? I like vodka. Being passionate about being passionless is so last year. It's also my thing and you're making it look bad. That's 2 strikes. What? 2 strikes? Where'd the first one come from? Since we've fulfilled your request, it's time for you to return the favor. I should have known there was a catch. Questions. Icebreaker time. I swear, had I known they pull this kind of fox enthusiastic community building crap, I'd have suggested we attempt to walk to the lowest point of the ocean before I set foot near this bar. You don't think it could be kind of fun? A little fun? Never mind, I hate it. This sucks. But it could be fine. Whatever you say. Does anyone see my hat? Does the Wraith have a crush on Spirit? I thought the Wraith has a thing with Nurse. Are we gonna see Nurse? I've literally never seen him in a hat. If we must make small talk, I'm at least picking topic before we end up being forced to do some lame improv game that nerds learn on their non-sports after-school activities that I definitely never did because I'm no nerd. Methinks a certain someone doth protest too much. What period is this? Sitting here on this beautiful sunny afternoon, warm and beneath the cool fog beneath my severed feet. The topic I choose is books. Oh, well, I knew she was into school. Novels, comics, fiction or not, reading is the only real escape from the inescapable horror of life. The escape into your own mind. A groan rose to the crowd. Not a lot of readers here, I imagine. Based on that response, they were much more enthusiastic about drinking. Considering the situation we're in, it seems probably time to ask you, Daxias, what's your desert island book? The one book you bring if you were on an island like this. Oh, it has to be a classic horror, for reasons that should be obvious. I know classic horror. She means because it's an island of horror villains, and also those books are all in the public domain. Nothing too modern. Humanity hasn't really gotten soft these past 100 years, so what's your favorite? I don't know, that's some good books. Well, Dracula isn't scary, Frankenstein isn't scary, so Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, it's not that scary, but I think it's more scary than the other two. You know, I really enjoyed the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I've always felt like I had this other person living inside of me. Isn't it like all VTubers? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde sounds like a fun one. I love a good story about friendship, but I can't read. Not because I'm dumb. I never actually learned to read because I was too busy learning to survive with nothing more than my own strength and cunning. Same reason I didn't have a best friend that wasn't more than just a rock with a face I drawn it in dried blood. Until we meet again, Roxanne. Very sad story, Huntress. You kind of brought the mood down. Huntress looks out towards the horizon. There's a moment of silence amongst the group. Will you tell it to me sometime? I might not be able to read books myself, but I love being read to, especially when someone does all the voices. It's not really a story about friendship exactly, but who cares? Of course I'll tell you. It's quite a thrilling tale. Not just anybody can pull a quality narration all the time. Take it from me. It's difficult. You don't even need to read. You just make it up and you'll still be fun. Sometimes when I find myself in an abandoned house, I like to look at the photos on the wall and come up with little stories to go with the pictures. It's a fun game we could play together. Abandoned house? Why are they abandoned? Oh wait. I don't know. I can't giggle. Hunches giggles and gives you a playful wink. I can't wink. I gotta blink with both eyes. I don't know. Usually when I find folks who abandon them, they're not in the mood to tell me much. Should I be speaking with a Russian accent? I don't think I could do it in a non-offensive way, so I don't think I'm going to. Enough about these old stories that belong to someone else. I think it's time to make up new stories of your own. Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air, a devilish twinkle in her half-mask covered eye. Might I suggest a little something naughty? Let's all get us to go out and spin this bad boy. Trickster's in here. Great idea. I'm definitely not doing an accent for him. Trickster, isn't it a bit late to introduce a new character? I thought I was the one who gets to make the rules, so I'm not sure who I'm asking. I'm late. I feel like we just started, but I wasn't ready for this. Well, hello. And who is this new fan in the waiting? Beat it, Hack. I don't know. What's the harm in inviting one more person to join in the circle, Foggy? He's a very entertaining person. He's the one I know most about as well because I find him really interesting. But he's a very entertaining person. Oh, I can't stay. I was just saying it's a great idea, while also teasing the secret trickster ending. Okay. I've got much better things to do than hang out here. I'm famous. Toodaloo. Okay. Really? He just disappears? Okay. The rules are simple. First you spin, then you swap, spit. That is... But let's be clear, this ain't a peep show. We'd have a good time, but in a classy way. All makeouts will happen out of view in public eye, real romantic light. Yes, romance is the goal, so we'll all be waiting here in complete silence trying to listen in and use our imaginations while you make out on the other side of the bar, but not watching. Like adults. Romantic, well-adjusted adults. Daxias, you're up. Take you up first. Grab the bottle in hands. Put fate in the hands of the empty bottles. The minigame consists of 2 parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in counterclockwise direction. On the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. This here, upgrading minigame is a special minigame perfect for the less coordinated because there is no winning or losing. Well, not technically. Where the pointer stops, that's your result. Suppose if it doesn't stop where you want it to, that's a bit like losing. But no one has to know if you don't like, tell them. Okay, ready? Play? Or would you like me to be? Yeah, that's ready. Ready. Away we go. Spin the bottle and see who's you're gonna smooch. Hero Huntress Spirit. Oh, Huntress. Okay. You got Huntress. You two are meant to be. Psych. You have to actually spin multiple times to get your real result. First to get to 3 times your true match. That's how we play hardcore spin the bottle on this island. Now get your spin on. Frick. You got Trapper. No. Oh, Spirit, yes. You got Spirit. Alright, Huntress. You got Huntress. Oh, Huntress again. You got Huntress. Huntress is your true match. Oh. Just this morning, you were waking up on a strange street surrounded by strangers with a murderous intent. Now looking at her cottage beach towel at Huntress, lust in her eyes, sweat glistening on her skin. Your heart races. You can feel it. Your pulse pounding in your ears. Huntress takes you by the hand and sit face to face at a private section of the bar. She begins to reach for you, put her hands on your shoulder. You're sweaty, but not in the sexy way she is. You're sweaty in the gross way you'd sweat at the interview for a job you're not even remotely qualified for. You don't know what to do. If you try and lock lips in this state, you might gross her out so completely that she'll never be able to look at you romantically again. Huntress, I'm sorry, but I can't kiss you right now. What? You're relieved, but also maybe a little hurt? It's not you, it's you, but in a good way. I think you're great, maybe too great. I don't trust easily, and I'm afraid of what it might mean to connect with you so early. It's not that I don't want to, I just don't think it's the right thing right now. I understand. Amazing, but also understand this, if you tell anyone I got soft, I'll break you in half, okay? I'll tell them you almost chewed my whole face clean off. Oh, I like that. I hate to break up such a passionate moment that we only assume was passionate because we never spy on you constantly while you stay on the island. But dinner is being served right away and we must insist that you join us. We wouldn't want anyone dying of starvation when there are so many interesting things to die from. Seems like the next activity is mealtime? How quaint. You were expecting what? To capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrived at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with huge banquet table? I'd say some prestigious fantasy epic like you'll find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's a very limited seating directly behind you. And, oh, great, terrific, it seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is that they don't want you to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to Rafe or Trickster. Trickster's here. Oh yeah, Trickster is here? Surprised? Well, yeah, they don't call him Expected Stir. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers, and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. Hey there. You're looking good, Daxias. Real good. And we literally can't let hunters and trappers sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. Look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You probably think this was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Let this be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay, Dwight and Claudette, direct the traffic. You sit on the side. The rest of them will sit opposite of you. Hunters and traffic can sit at the ends of their enormous, sexy arms. Not everyone is seated. We can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was... What was the point of all that? I thought it was going to let me choose who sits next to who. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is Rita vegan? Meat is murder. Which, you know, considering what you've been up to, who are you to get judging of? Good point. I'm just sharing facts. You need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's like technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping, let's eat. Hey Daxias, you think what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps? I don't think they're cannibals. That's the cannibal's job. I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree buttons down prints, you know? When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. Can I end up with Claudette, please? Like, holy, look at her. And we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meat. Wow, he's right for a change, because I am with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like raw from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked, no blood. Ugh, you two and your ridiculous biceps swiping contests. Enough, grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option for. It's a little chipped though. That's what I'm worried about. It's kind of chipped. The heck it is. Oh, I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you like. Please stop. I hate when we fight or talk or even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azarov. How's that going to cut things right? Great. Instead of slicing up, you can just club it to a second death. Hey, Daxias, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. Felix? They're carving up Felix? Otherwise, this has gone for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapon for 72 straight hours. It doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they would take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value of maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason, they're always terrified of tendinitis. Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We hate for it to get cold. We hate it when it got cold. Hands on machete, freshly sharpened. Minigames consists of 2 parts. And it's okay. Sometimes the target is immediately invisible, sometimes hidden into the corner moves random. Press spacebar to stop the pointer. Okay, I got it. Ready. Here we go, slice. Perfect. This is just skill checks. Oh. Hello, Tuna. Welcome to Dating Sim. I'm so good at skill checks. Perfect. Oh, she loves me. That was pretty good. I'd see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Dinner is finally served. I am in love. For real. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involve lifting the mask and shoving up food behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the one who seems to really be embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously... hell, I mean... Come on. We're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their butts off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting the mask. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? These two, the 2 best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it, Daxias. Number 2 is no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Spitting facts here. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my gesture tract connects anymore. That's a bummer. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse if they're staring at you. You're not eating? They don't like that. Why? I think they want to explain why. What do you want to tell them? Look at the seagull. Wow, have you ever seen a seagull that big? That's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right, Daxias. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Alright, I'm sorry. Didn't you wash up on this island with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yes, you did. Poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate a meal and you've been standing in the sun. But the seagull. Uh-oh, you just made a lot of good points. I swear, you didn't feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive. The seagull waved? Either that or someone poisoned you. No wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer, you're clearly about to pass out. Oh hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrated to the narrator. The ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise, others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself, but the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague. Mysterious. Gotta give it to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. Hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices like that. Okay? You wake to find Huntress holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cold water in your mouth. Oh, good, you're okay. Sometimes when I try to take care of 4 people, they always find a way of ending up less alive than when I started. Which would be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy, living person around. I'm only to the spirit, but like, I really like this caring nature Huntress is giving. Usually I'm just falling into the same old routine of smashing everyone's head open with a hatchet while I really get to know who they are as a person. Well, I'm glad I'm different. But you're not nearly as scared or too busy with the pain to see me for me. You feel nervous in her arms, not just because they're maybe questioning you a little, but because she's beautiful. Yes, beautiful. But I was just going to narrate the fact, not, you know, say it out loud as a single word like some creep. Beautiful mask. Your bunny mask. It's quite gorgeous. Nice recovery. But now that you're awake and talking, you gotta keep this up. Did you make it yourself? You're the first person to ever ask me that. Yes, I did. You seem so quirky and cool. You could do anything. Own an Etsy store, be a doctor. Why is it that you kill people? Huntress sighs. You can probably see the memories flicking across her eyes, but she hasn't tried to kill you yet. So that's a good sign. It's all I ever was taught to do as a young girl, so I thought it was right. So there you go. Even on the mask, you can see that Huntress is blushing a bit. Seems like your line of questioning has made her a little nervous. Hey, you didn't eat much at dinner. Want a snack? Jarvis used some jerky, probably human jerky, but a spice game is on point because it smells pretty dang good. Alright, I'll accept. When on murderous islands, you might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you really are hungry, and you can chow down on some jerky sensually, right? I'd love some. After a moment of quiet chewing on what you choose to believe is not human thigh meat, you decide to be bold and ask another question. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Dang, you're really going there. You do not play around, Daxias. Just takes a moment to think deeply before answering. I must say, it's quite amusing to see this hulking bombshell get all twisted up with these personal questions. Kudos to you, Daxias. There was one deer that looked at me quite provocatively at clearing once, but that doesn't count, does it? It does not, Huntress. Don't date deers. You hear the faintest giggle bubble out from behind Huntress' mask. You're so cute, Huntress. No, it doesn't count. Whoa, what's this? You found something in the sand. Huntress reaches down to pick it up. It's a hair clip. Probably left behind by some little girl who's playing on the beach long ago, who's definitely still alive and not at all dead. It just closed the bag of jerky with the hair clip. Seems like she's a little mixed up on how exactly this particular item works. Should you go with the floor or show off some of your knowledge of advanced human eating? Show her a thing or two. You silly goose. You chuggle before reaching for the bag of jerky. You take the barrette off and collect a lock of Huntress' hair, clipping it back in an attractive swoop. Much better. Look at that. Just so happy that you taught something new about human trinkets, she touches the clip in her hair with a shy smile. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you, quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new dangers popped up on the strange island. Only to find it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand which they're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not part of the evening activities. That strictly slotted it in for after campfire stories. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No, I was... No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Once everyone has gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we'll be behind on time for evening activities, and we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story? The story is my favorite activity. This is a narrated heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Great. We have to decide on as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this set me up now. Step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'm gonna chop your clean head off. No fuss, no muss. Most trembling, you realize it's probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before. Even though it's taken some pressure off me, which is an absolute dream come true, is it really fair to pick off the newbie? Seriously? Has anything here ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it, Donald, if you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick that I'll drown you in blood. Cynthia, Fuss, and Muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. Well, we all know you love to kill. It's always all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. But we still gotta get started on story time. So, Daxias, who do you think you should go? That's the name. Please pick somebody quickly. This tropical vacation has turned into a bloodbath. I feel like Wraith would have some good stories. I choose you, Wraith. Whoa, the entire experience is being carefully guarded to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrase with you. I'm not really one for scary stories. Life is scary enough as it is. You literally carry around a skull and a spine as your little prop. As the other killers laugh, Wraith holds up his skull and gazes into its hollow, dark eye sockets. If you're looking for something Shakespearean in this story, look elsewhere. This is a tale of madness, of staring at the soul of death and never returning. Once upon a time, a young man worked at a junkyard. The man was quite kept to himself, just wanted to avoid trouble. While the boss dealt with clients, the young man operated the crusher, turning old cars into cubes of twisted metal. One day, right before crushing a car, he noticed something. Blood. Drip, drip, drip from the trunk. He opened it and found a friend stranger bound and gagged. The young man reeled. Was he about to accidentally murder the stranger? How could this have happened? He freed the stranger, who ran off into the waiting arms of the boss, the owner of the junkyard. Before his shaken employee could tell him about the mistake they had nearly made, the boss took out a knife and swiftly slit the stranger's throat. The young man fell to his knees, unable to comprehend what was happening. As he stared at the ground, too shocked to cry, the boss approached him. What did you do? He asked the boss. I did your job for you. What do you mean? That's not my job. My job is to crush cars. The boss let out a miserable scoff, his face contorted in evil disdain for the pathetic wrench in front of him. Why do you think we're crushing cars? To save space? You think my clients are? I don't know, mumbled the young man. Yes, you do, screamed the boss. Deep down, you've always known what was happening here. Excuse me, you just don't want to admit to yourself. Your hands aren't clean. My clients give me money and take care of the problems, eliminate the witnesses, tie up their loose ends. Or, actually, you do. No, the young man whimpered as the boss towered above him. Yes, you're nothing more than an executioner, and you've reaped hundreds of souls. The young man's body shook with soft spasms as he tried to stop crying. It was when the boss started laughing that it happened. Something in the young man changed. He stood up, now taller than the boss. A faint glimmer of fear overtook the snarl of the old man's face. The man's face was empty. Empty as he grabbed the boss's throat and dragged him into the car and the crusher. Empty as he picked up the boss and stuffed him inside. Empty as he slammed down on him, its stupid fat head sticking out, begging for mercy. Empty as he started the machine, staring at the boss and its sniveling, crying, wet face. Empty as he grabbed the boss's head, dug his fingers in, further piercing the skull. Empty as he squeezed and pulled. Empty as he heard the bones popping and snapping. But when the boss's head, still attached to his spine, pulled cleanly out of its disgusting sack of body. He smiled. Wraith stared back into the eye socket of his skull. It doesn't matter how good you are, how innocent, how kind, how full of love you once were. When you look into the eyes of evil, you will surely go mad. An awkward silence falls upon the room until... applause. When you look into the eyes of evil, you will surely go mad. My God, that's brilliant. I'm glad you didn't give us any Shakespeare, because that story made Shakespeare look like a slack-jawed, mouth-breathing idiot. Thank you. I'm just too overcome. As you sit down, the other killers look at each other, unsure if you're joking. Thanks. Wraith, on the other hand, is absolutely sure you're joking. You may have gone a little overboard. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so they can all have a moment alone before it. I like this story, honestly. I thought Wraith told the good story. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace is tranquility that lasts for all 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey, baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I'm the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in the ocean of sardines. No one can give you what you want. No, you just have to find me. Come find me, baby. I think he just wants attention. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Wraith approaches you. Hey, I'm probably not making a great impression because, I guess that's not really my thing. I just know that if you got to know me then, I mean, look, the others aren't around. And I really hate the fire pit. I just kind of hate fire in general. Maybe we could go back to the pool? And like, I don't know, whatever, you know? A dip in the pool with the Wraith. You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow him an outfit like that. Just don't forget our little talk. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion would handle it. Hey, do you remember my story? You mean the one you just told? Like, a minute ago? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, what do you think of the young man in the story? Do you think he's weird? I would forgive him. What happened to him would make anyone snap. And who knows what happened in the past that led him to that point. He was just trying to be good. Yes, that's all he wanted, was to be good. Well, that makes sense. The young man remind you of anyone? Listen. Yes and no. I think that's what makes it such a good story. It's unique and surprising, but relatable and familiar. I think we all know someone like that young man. I think we all have a little of him inside of us. Wraith giggles. Not in a gross way like you're thinking, but a very silly one. I assume he's imagining a tiny little version of himself dancing around in his own belly, because that's just who he is. He's such a silly guy that this guy is. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly. Is it cold in this water now, or is it just me? I feel like my toes are turning into ice cubes. Sit up and squeezes his shut eyes. Please, I can't be around any cube talk, not since I heard that story from somebody else a long time ago. The story you just told us 2 minutes ago? Exactly, the one that wasn't about me. Usually we'd be nervous that we were about to make things awkward when we barge in. But obviously, we couldn't hold a candle to whatever was happening here tonight. Either way, it's time for bed. For you, but not for us. After you go to sleep, that's when we party. After spending all day cooped up in those tight little safari-themed resort uniforms, you just know these two rage late into the night. I'm glad they acknowledge it. But you're not here to party with them, you've got your own repressed relationships to attend to. You head over to the campfire. The heat is coming on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Reed's stories about the young man who found out he was part of a sinister plot. What do you know about your current situation? Is it something that would terrify you? Something that would make you snap? What if you look into the eyes of evil? Or what if you like it? Before you dwell too much on your fate, Claudia and Dwight arrive, the now familiar creepy smile stretching from ear to ear. A bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by the fire. I wish when they did these descriptions they would actually have them smile ear to ear. This is just like a hot look. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and a blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease. Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Other guests aren't the type you want to rob of their beauty sleep. Oh, that was Dwight. Ready. Oh, this is a minigame? As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. Examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial and fix it. Let's see what's on this station. Oh, yes. Carnival music? This is kind of nice. I kind of like this music.
Let's talk about our community. For us, it means
NPR.
First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and everybody else either playing the game or talking about the game or creating content relating to the game or being
That's me.
inspired by the game to write music or to make outfits. It's everybody that's part of what makes Dead by Daylight this amazingly rich and passionate environment. It means groups of people who interact on every single possible social platform, in person. It means people who play together.
I don't know what they're talking about. Rock music. It's good music, but I don't know if I can fall asleep to it. This one's kind of nice. This is good sleeping music. Oh, okay, I guess we're turning it off. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. Try to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're a sleeper. Who would you like to summon to your side and lay by the fire? Spirit? Oh, Spirit. Are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. I like to listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What? Even the dead like to relax. I don't really have any of those things around. A comb! Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. A small comb carved from bamboo. I guess you can hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. I will want it back though. If you lose it, well, you'll get your revenge on me. If it's the last thing I do. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed? Try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky, but now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is still undeniably odd. The human body is made up of 60% water. Did you know that? Of course you did. Everybody knows that. Even amnesiac video game protagonists. Well, guess what? Drink as much as you like. You'll never get to 100%. Don't think I don't see what you're up to. I don't understand. You wake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Rapper is sitting beside you, sketching a portrait. Oh, you're awake. I saw you with the spirit right before bedtime. You should know they're not what they seem. Not like me, who's obviously completely honest and trustworthy. I was out checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near one of my... Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. But since I'm here, I'd like to share 2 things with you. 1, I do not take rejections well. 2, the first thing is a very important thing to remember. Were you drawing me? Trapper doesn't answer. You aren't drawing stink lines radiating out from me, are you? Still nothing from the Trapper. Look, I'm not an easy guy to get along with, but I am an easy guy to spend time with. The Trapper, that will make sense if you choose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of the scum live like rats. They wouldn't know a good time if it bit them in the butt. I mean that literally. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said fun. And if I don't pick you, remember what I said earlier? Or it might be the last thing you ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Go get some rest. Sleep. Maybe even sleep well if you can. Just try not to roll over to the about 15 feet to your left. Finally alone, for real this time, maybe, you drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh geez, it is. One of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. I think today went really well. These were some of my first interactions with somebody who isn't a parent that didn't end up in bloodshed or untimely perished in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say? I do? Okay, attractive? Mysterious? I really don't know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off my seraphim. That being said, the other 3 should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer is, who will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I for one would not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, the spirit is just screaming all the time. Major buzzkill. Trapper. Oof, where do I begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. She's fit. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. Look, I'm always full of rage. The key is knowing how to control your rage so you can use it. I'm a master of self-control. And right now, I'm using all the self-control I can muster because today was a disaster. Let's just say I didn't love it. That was funny. Laugh. I said laugh, dang it. Anyways, I'm planning to kill this idiot. Don't tell them though. I want to lead them on a little more. It will make it that much better for me when they're screaming. Why, Trapper? I thought you would have had fun. Yeah, today was fun. I don't want to get ahead of myself or really invest in something that might hurt me, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just see how it goes. Or maybe they realize I'm not the one for them. They seem pretty smart, so that's probably what will happen. I'm gonna choose him just out of guilt. He's making me feel bad. It's gonna be a pity choose. I need to learn to go easy on myself. Who could love me if I can't love myself? I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster, and I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are my choices, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, I'm gonna get bloody revenge on society that has used me and thrown me away. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little fun. Neat. You open your eyes, the sun is shining on a cold cloud in the sky, and you feel great, totally well rested. Not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep at the campfire but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why, I have no idea. You're obviously a widow. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out at the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make for a sexy bunch, no? Talk about sexy, here comes Trickster, carrying coffee. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start this incredible day off. I'm scared. Tracy seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious about his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today is an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Okay. Also, I just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. Do you want to ask him how to reach the other island? Now is the time. Never mind. He left. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... No, wait, don't drink that. What the heck was that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on skateboard. He definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee. I don't want anyone casually poisoning, and torturing you. Yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise. I'm the type place to give you a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review to not an internal prison of pain. And please make sure to leave a review. It really helps with the algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you. So can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock out that coffee out of your hand? That's a good question. This is not Parliament, and the floor did not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land. I submerge those who defy me and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I'll just say something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, I'm not saying it is. Even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 thumbs up review if it was crafted with love and or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, Ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on its artist's intent. And whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is feared to dismiss it. Is this a reference to the fact that Dead by Daylight is always buggy? It's just hitting me. They've been talking about bugs several times and inconsistencies. I think this is referring to the fact that Dead by Daylight has spaghetti code and it's always bugged. We have to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment. Not be overly critical of them. This is definitely talking about the main game. Are you two trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that, especially after I saved from that poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Oh sure, they make great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course, apologies Daxias. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yeah, it's been entertaining. Yes, I'm not suspicious, there's no option. What an encouraging response. And we're so glad you're not suspicious. Hey Claudette, maybe Daxias isn't suspicious because they figured out what they're really doing. Zero chance. They're still clicking, even right now, to see how you'll respond. Am I not supposed to click? Okay. Hey, look at that. Yeah, they don't know anything. It doesn't matter though. We're so happy to hear you have fun. Can I like do what? I didn't say I was having fun. Well, we're all having fun, Daxias. Do you hear us? We're all having fun. We do need to ask you one more question though. We all had to sign our rights to say anything negative about this place. Would you please sign this disparagement agreement? I can't say that. No, I'm not saying anything negative about this. They know very well that's not what I meant. No, I will not say anything negative about this island. You have my word that I, Daxias, agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Perfect. Delightful. Excellent. Yes. Yes. Hey Daxias, it's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. This place leave that is in positive review because We all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games or resorts like this. Anyways, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance, and with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that only mean one thing. Breakfast. Alright. Hold on. I'm gonna I'm gonna call it here. This is a little more entertaining than I thought. I know this is a very long stream. I'll finish a next stream or something. But this is kind of fun. So I'll continue this next time I stream. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Until next time, have a wonderful night. Goodbye.